Hi all, it's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. I'm going to, it may be that, or it could be tarot and a chat with Rach, whichever channel this is. I'm going to put this on both. These readings will be for September 2025. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back, and if you haven't, welcome. I'm going to do some oracle and some tarot. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's clear the energy. All right, we're going to start with Aries. I might do this deck. All right, tell me what is going on with Aries. If you are on one of the pages, please feel free to go and like and subscribe to the other. The link is in the description. I'm trying to build up the new channel, so all right. What does Aries need to know for September? Aries for September. What is going on with Aries for September? You've got the Well, number 8, and 8s are all about action, transformation, taking justice, or getting, or some sort of justice happening. Not really getting justice, happening. It's happening. Oh my God, I can't talk. Okay. This can be about you looking past what is being shown to you. There's a deeper meaning. You might have changed your perception. You might need to look deeper at something, but it's like you can look into a well, but you can't see right to the bottom, right? So it's like, obviously depending on how big the well is, but there's something that you need to do, and that is to look deeper or look past something. Maybe someone is not expressing their true feelings, and you need to see past what their actions are to see how they really feel. Tell me more, please, about the well. Yeah, flamingos. You've got telephone and worry beads. So it looks like there's going to be some sort of communication from somebody that you like, want to be in a relationship with, were in a relationship with. And this is possibly what I'm saying. And funny enough, these two are both number 2 as well. And 2s are about partnerships, choices in partnerships. So this could be somebody that you were in a relationship with or are currently broken up from. Currently, maybe there's no communication, and now some communication or conversation is going to be coming through, message of some kind, something, whether it's a call, conversation, email, whatever. I feel like either you or this person has had worry about this situation. This could be this person. They might be worried about reaching out. They don't know how you're going to react, possibly. That's number 9. 9s are about accomplishment and some sort of coming to some sort of climax. So they want to reach out, but they're worried about doing so. But on the bottom, you've got it's time, and then you've got baby, so new beginnings. And this could be actually a physical child. Maybe you guys are going to end up pregnant. But yeah, even on the bottom as well, there's a whole heap of like unconditional love, romance, soulmates. Like it's time for this communication to happen. I feel like somebody could have not been as loyal or faithful in the past, but there's a lot of uncertainty as to whether you will want to talk to this person, want to hear from this person, even 50-50. I've got, and then you've got the well. And you've got the pillory. Interesting. Yeah, like as I said to you with the what was that card? With the loyalty in reverse, I feel like with the pillory in reverse as well, like it's about, I feel like these things are over. Like in the past, there could have been like, this could have been abusive. This could have been somebody wasn't wanting to be vulnerable. Somebody got caught doing something, like there was dishonor, humiliation, whatever. It's like whatever this person was doing, and that's probably why, like, you're like, oh, I don't know if I really want to hear from this person. But yeah, actually, I'm gonna get a deck from here. Normally I change decks and I haven't, so we'll change those two. We'll do this one for Aries. Tell me about Aries, September. Okay, Aries. Tell me about Aries, please. 3 cards. Aries. Queen of Pentacles. 5 of Cups in reverse. Whoop, where did that one go on the bottom? Death in reverse. So something was like, there was definitely some sort of ending, but it was like somebody didn't want to end something. It wasn't like that was really the plan. Has someone changed? Not sure. But they see you as, you know, generous and caring and nurturing and good with money. But 5 of Cups in reverse, it's like there was this loss and grief, there was this emotional pain, but I feel like now someone's moving on, or they're letting it go, getting hope again in, you know, their love life. On the bottom is the 4 of Swords in reverse. Taking time, feeling very tired. You might be feeling very tired due to this situation. Somebody could have, yeah, I just feel like, you know, when you've had a breakup and it's been quite toxic, caused a lot of anxiety, all that kind of thing, like I do feel like it can take its toll. You might get sick, you might, you know, take time and do some self-reflection, you know, all of that. But I feel like definitely, yeah, exhaustion and just taking some time by yourself, like not dating. Can you tell me more about this Queen of Pentacles, please? Interesting. You've got balance, patience, and planning. Oh, balance is the Justice. So it could be a Libra. You've got the 7 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and you've got the 2 of Cups. So somebody here feels like they're your person, whether it's you or whether it's them, but somebody here feels like they're your person and they want to have a new beginning. I feel like with the 7 of Pentacles, you know, whether it's you or them, it's like someone's putting in the hard work. They want a new beginning, and I feel like it could be this person, but they want a new beginning with you. It is going to take balance. I feel like truths might come out. Yeah. But I feel like there needs to be an equal give and take. Your head and your heart need to be in alignment with regards to this person when they contact you. Like, but yeah, someone here feels like, you know, it's like soulmate energy. Someone feels like they're meant to be. There was a love completion here. But yeah, you are definitely hesitant due to deception and envy. And I feel like you've moved on. You've moved on from a situation that was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of secrets, a lot of, yeah, toxic, as I said. Can you tell me about the Five of Cups, please? Five of Cups. 3 cards, 5 of Cups in reverse. Why is that here? 5 of Cups in reverse. You've had to like, I feel like you had to like take back your power in this situation. This situation was very disappointing. You might have also been very I want to say blindsided, I just heard. For someone. But there's a lot of, you know, a lot of them thinking about like feeling very alone, feeling like they're having to sit here and think about, you know, like all the memories that you guys had, all the things you did. But I feel like with the Emperor, could be Aries, but I'm feeling like you could have children to this person, but I feel like they need to step up, is what I'm hearing. My whole body's goosebumping. Yeah, I feel like they don't want to be alone. And, you know, all they're thinking about is you, having worries, having concerns about you. But with the Emperor, they need to step up. Like, if they don't want to lose you, they need to, like, get their act together because you're moving on. Trust your intuition when it comes to this person. I feel like there can be victory and success, but they have to, well, first of all, they have to make changes. I feel like they're manifesting you, though, or like trying to, you know, all that thinking about wanting you back, I feel like could be manifesting you back. Now, tell me about the Death card in reverse. Like, I need to know if that's this person. Are they not doing work on themselves? Or is it just that they didn't want to end things? Can you tell me about the Death card? 3 cards in reverse. It's Death in reverse. 3 cards, please. 2 more. 2 more cards, please, about Death. One more. Man, they're making me work for this one, aren't they? Okay, awareness, which is the Magician in reverse. Partnerships and alliances. Ace, which is the 3 of Wands. Ace of Wands in reverse. You've got Strength in reverse and the World card again. On the bottom is Fulfillment of Wishes, 9 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. And there's that deception and envy again. Okay. There was a lot of manipulation. I feel like this person would say a lot, but not actually do a lot. There was no follow through with this person. There could... for some of you, I just heard third party, so there could have been a third party involved here. Doesn't have to be. I think Also, yeah, with the Ace of Wands in reverse, this could have been like other distractions. Maybe they didn't know how to. No, I don't feel like that actually. I feel like it could have been distractions, which caused a missed opportunity with you. And I think they weren't really aware that this would be found out. Yeah. I feel like you were always in a place of like waiting, actively waiting. Like you're putting in all this time and effort, and it's like you want the same reciprocated. And I feel like that wasn't happening here. And I feel like you've learnt your lesson. Um, you do doubt yourself. As I said, low energy. You definitely have low energy here, which is the why you've got the four of swords. There's definitely a lack of energy here. Let me get an outcome for you guys. Can you tell me about the outcome for Aries and their person, please? Aries and their person for September in this situation. Can you tell me an outcome, please? Oh. Five of Air, which is the Five of Swords. Another card, please. So they know they made mistakes. Tell me more about this Five of Swords. The Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got, wow, both cards came out in the same place. You've got Death in reverse here, which is what I wanted to know about at one point, and you've got it upright here. So they know they made mistakes and things needed to change, because the way things were going, it was never going to be successful. It was never going to go anywhere. You know, it was over. They want to be with you, but it wasn't going how they hoped, because, you know, you weren't going to go back there. So they had to make some sort of reassessment and go, okay, I need to do better. I need to be better. And this is upright now. So we went from a place of it being in reverse, maybe not wanting to let you go. But it looks like here, because of the ending, I feel like this person had to do some sort of transformation. I feel like they had to do the work on themselves. Otherwise, you weren't going to go back there. And I mean, look, you've even got like here, there's a phoenix. It's like the angels letting go of a phoenix, rising from the ashes. Regardless of whatever, whether you choose to go back, you've got free will. Whether you choose to go back or you don't, just know you're going to be fine. You're a strong person. You're rising from the ashes, right? You'll be fine. You've also got the Ace of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands. Oh, Three of Swords. Far out. On the bottom. As I said, distraction. Distractions and missed opportunities. Seven of Fire, which is the Seven of Wands, is in reverse. Exhaustion, which we've already discussed. Like, the same cards are coming out. This person broke your heart. So, you know, can you forgive this person? Can you let it go? Have you done the healing? Have they? Make sure they've done the work on themselves is all I want to say. Trust your intuition when it comes to that. I feel like for some, I mean, I can't, this is a general read, right? It's not going to suit everyone. But for some of you, this person knew that they had to make a change. You weren't going to go back there the way it was, right? So, yeah. And they don't even know, as I said, if you're even going to want to have that conversation with them. All right, let's move on. So we'll do Leo. So 2023. Let's just clear the energy from Leo to Leo. All right. This one here standing out. Let's get this one. Leo. Tell me about Leo. By the way, you know, with all these reads, you do have free will. So just, you know, I can give you advice. It's up to you whether you choose to take that. Leo for September. All right, Leo for September. Mixed signals is in reverse. All right, tell me more before I... Okay. You've got mixed signals in reverse, being a victim and rushing. You can't hurry love, right? Whatever's going to happen, it's like, it's going to happen when it happens. I feel like you're now... I feel like you're done with the games. You're done with, like, oh, I don't want them to know if I'm interested or not. And are you being approachable? Are you putting yourself out there? Yeah, I feel like you might be. If you're not, you need to be. But I do feel like you're doing the poor you because there's nothing you can do to change your love life. And like, you want something... Oh, I just bit my tongue. You want something now. Like, now. Can you tell me more, please? Whoop. Oh, my tongue really hurts now that I bit it. Getting over, sorry. Hearing that noise, I am getting old. Let me move that out of the way. Oh, man. Tongue hurts. All right. You've got too much in reverse and tolerating abuse in reverse. You're done with people treating you wrong. Man, my voice just changed. You might not be speaking your truth. You might not be standing up for yourself. When someone's coming in and they're treating you like crap, like, you know what? It's doing it again. You need to stop going, poor me. You need to go, this person's treating me like crap. I'm out. Goodbye. Because I deserve better. Know your self-worth. And you've got too much in reverse. I don't feel like you're somebody who sits there and just talks about yourself. I don't feel like, and if someone sees you as too much, then I feel like that's where you need to go, goodbye. Like, you should be able to be you. Yeah, stop settling. Stop settling. Exactly. You've been settling for crap. You've been settling for people that are abusive. You're settling for people who, what's that word? Love something. Love bomb you. You're settling for people that love bomb you. You're settling for people that also, even with the mixed signals, I feel like people, it's like, why can't someone just come in your life and say what they want and be that person? Don't be somebody who's trying to rush into something. Don't be someone who's causing, you to think that you're too much. Don't let someone come in and tolerate any kind of bullshit and their games and their fucking mind games. I'm getting angry. I'm sorry. Don't settle for shit. I am a Leo moon. Look, love sucks in reverse. You know that love doesn't suck. Burnt out under that. Burned out. It's supposed to be burnt out, but anyway. Like, you don't want to get too attached to people because they just keep hurting you. And then you feel like you need rescuing. You lose yourself. You end up criticizing yourself. People criticize you. And then you get stuck in the past. You want to fix these people. You have this abandonment issue where you think everybody leaves. And then you either get ghosted or there's no communication. Oh, it's like there's just so much hiding feelings, like I said, with the mixed signals, indecision, excuses. You can't be you because you're too much, or, you feel like you need to change them, but you can't. You can't change anybody. These people want to get to know you. Like I said, love bombing. I want to, rush. Let's move in together next week. We're going to get married in, a fortnight. I just feel like all of this, they could have addictions, make you feel like you're incomplete, and then it's like too hard. They might even tell you, oh, I want to have children, and then don't. Then you end up feeling rejected. Oh my God, it's like, no wonder you feel like a victim. Like, this is, yeah, that's negative as, that's all I've got to say about that. Let's just swap decks. Let's go this one. I just feel like you need to, and by you being a victim, I feel like this is just to say you feel helpless to change anything, but when these situations are presented, you need to go, no, and walk away. Like, I deserve better than all these shit situations, right? You can change whenever you want. And at first when I saw that card, I'm like, huh? What do you mean being a victim? But that's what it means. You can change from these shit situations to something better by saying no, right? You're learning the lesson is what I'm getting. Can you give me 3 cards, please, for Leo? Yep, self-worth. What did I say? 5 of Swords. Exactly. Shit situations. Self-worth. You need to know how much you're worth. Exactly. Standing up for yourself. Stop undervaluing yourself. Know that you are enough in a situation. I'm sorry if I'm getting but I have been in this it suits me to a T. Yeah. I've been there. King of Wands is also here. I feel like you know what you want, and you know that you want to make things happen, but you also do know that it is going to happen when it's meant to happen. You've got 4 of Wands in reverse as well. Queen of Swords is in reverse. I don't know whether you feel like you have a lack of support, or, you know, you're sick and tired of situations where you feel like it splits up possibly your family that you have with this person. You might be married to this person. Maybe you've got children with this person. They come across like very calculating, very unemotional. You feel like it's over and now I've got no support. And you're somebody who's very, I want to say you are psychic, you are intuitive, you are very emotional with the Queen of Cups as well. And you feel like you're somebody who is there for everyone, but that's why you're not feeling like you're getting the support back. You're very disappointed. It makes you very disappointed with, like, in general, which is, again, you not playing the victim, but it's like you need to see the situation for what it is, right? You need to break the cycle. Stop doing the blame and guilt. Stop doing the victim. And I mean, you might not be sitting there like, poor me, but you're like, why is it not working out for me? I'm telling you, it's because you're so accepting. I don't know why you're attracting these situations. Maybe we can find that out. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Why is Leo attracting these kinds of people into their life? Tell me why Leo is attracting. We've got a few more cards than what I'd hoped for, but you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. You've got the Emperor in reverse, yeah? Eight of Air and the Queen of Fire. Exactly. Like, this is, you're not standing up for yourself. Like, these situations are not giving you what you hope, what you dream about, what you want, right? They're not even, I don't know whether these people are unemotional or whether they're unavailable or whether they're still attached to the past or what this is, but I feel like these people are never going to give you what you want, right? Yeah, you have free will, but which is interesting because I said that at the beginning, and I felt like even though I was talking about Aries, I feel like I said it in your video. I said it at the beginning. Some of you feel like you doubt yourself. Maybe you're confused about, like, why is this not happening to me? But you feel like you're stuck, right? You feel like with the Eight of Air, which is the Eight of Swords, you're feeling like you've got limited options. Here's all these swords. It's like you're being blocked, right? But seriously, you could just move those. Pick up the sword, out you go, right? It's in your head. You feel like you're trapped. There's nothing you can do. And it's funny because that's exactly, if I can get them, can't get them with my nails. That's exactly what this is saying. You're feeling like you are stuck. You are feeling like you have no options. There's nothing I can do to make this happen for me. But it's in your head, right? And I'm not saying you're a crazy person. I'm just saying these thoughts are, I'm stuck, but the reality is, no, you just move the sword and you're out. So when these situations come into your life and they show you who they are, you need to stand up for yourself and go, goodbye. Don't tolerate them. Don't settle. Don't tolerate them longer than you need to. Oh my God, these nails. Tolerating abuse, right? You don't need to tolerate any shit. Once this person shows you who they are, out. If your intuition is screaming at you and going, you need to get out, right? Have that, with the Queen of Fire, that's the Queen of Wands. Have the courage, the confidence. People find you attractive, right? And you need to trust your intuition, because I feel like you definitely have it, like I said. You know You'll be fine. People will find you attractive. You will meet someone better. You don't need to settle for shit, right? Hear me, please hear me. You don't need to settle for shit. Yeah. You need to have higher standards for yourself here, right? Instead of being in situations that make you feel like you're jealous or make you cause arguments, make you suspicious, make you frustrated, cause you anxiety. And I know at the moment you don't really feel like you've got much hope, but I'm telling you, please listen to me. Once you recognize these people in your life, don't hang on to them any longer than friggin' 2 minutes, because I kid you not, you're just delaying something happening for you rather than, and you can make a change. You're not stuck. You're not helpless. You're not, you're a strong person. And look, you're gorgeous, right? You can do it. You don't need to put up with shit. You don't need to settle for crap. Regardless of anything. Like, I know what it's like. As I said, this reading is hitting me big time. And I have such low self-esteem and self-worth, and I'm working on that. And I feel like this is just telling you the same. Stop settling for all of this shit. And I can't even pick up all of the cards because I did so many, but there's like, stop settling for shit. All right. I'm not meaning to like sound like I'm having a go. I'm just like, I want such good things for you, Leo, like such good things. And you know what? You deserve it. You don't deserve to be with people like that. All right. Let's do Sag. So 3710. Let me clear the cards are breaking. Oh, devoed. Okay, let's clear the energy. All right. Let's do. I picked them up. Let me do these ones. Sag. Tell me that Sag. September 2025. Tell me about Sag. Oh, that was quick. Camera, reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, perception, feeling like you're not enough. Lacking confidence seems to be a common theme right now. Fear of abandonment, chasing codependencies, feeling frustrated, teddy bear, feeling like someone's not interested in you, something's not progressing. Okay. So something's happened. You're thinking about a past situation where it makes you now feel like you're not enough because this person left, and at the moment, or you left and they're not chasing, which then makes you think this person is not interested, right? And I feel like that's a you thing. You are thinking this person is not interested because, and it makes you feel like you're not enough because they're not chasing you. Why are they not chasing you? I feel like you need to be happily single. I feel like you need to just spend time with friends, get out in the world. Yeah, like this person, there's no communication here. There's also death. The relationship is over, no second chances. What's dead is dead. But you haven't moved past this heartbreak. You need to work on your own self-love. Not really wanting to date anyone else. Hiding how you feel. You're not telling others how you actually feel. You might even be watching them or looking at them online. But yeah, there's no communication. All right, let's get some tarot. Oh, what am I doing? I need to swap decks. All right. Sag. Okay, can you tell me more for Sag, please? 3 cards. Thank you. One more. Thank you. I've got 2 more. Okay, so you got the two of keys is in reverse, 3 of keys upright, 5 of flames, and the 8 of flames in reverse. And on the bottom, you have the Hanged Man in reverse, which is about perception. All right. So for this situation, I feel like somebody is definitely resisting the change. There's frustration, which I feel like is you, right? You're feeling that way. Nothing's being done. There's no movement towards you. It's definitely not happening. But I feel like there were, like, I want to say, whoever this reading is for, if you're honest with yourself, there probably was conflict. There was disagreements. There could have been competition. Maybe you don't know where you stand. Maybe there was differing opinions here. But yeah. And maybe that's why this all ended. I mean, they could have ended it, you could have ended it, but they're not chasing, they're just ghosting at the moment. Let me just take the jumper off. And I feel like this is about recognizing that, you know, this is like learning. Like, you need to recognize what you need to learn from this situation. Yeah. You're really resisting this, though. I feel like you're not wanting to see this from any other point of view. You're just resisting. Was this person putting in as much effort as you were? Like, were you really like working together as a team when you look at this situation? I feel like not. I feel like this person wasn't as dedicated as you were. You felt like you had to do the uphill climb on your own. Maybe you didn't feel like a priority. Maybe there was like a third party. I'm trying to get this deck. Yeah, I'm feeling like you're really seeing this from, you know, like when we think back about things, we generally think back about the good times. We don't generally think about the bad. we want to see the best in, like, oh, do you remember when they did that and that? But remember all those conflicts and arguments, and when someone made you feel like you weren't enough, and when someone was flirting with other people or whatever, right? Tell me about the Two of Keys in reverse. What is the Two of Keys in reverse for Sag? Two of Keys. And I mean, you know, if this is the opposite energy, like you might not be chasing somebody and they don't feel like enough. Reverse it to whatever suits you, right? But I'm just doing it as it's you in this situation. King of Fire. Two of Keys in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles in reverse, please, for Sag. One more card. They're really not wanting to come out, are they? Thank you. Interesting. You got the Queen of Fire and the King of Fire. And this one kind of came out like a bit like that. So it's like you could feel like this is like a twin flame situation. So there's normally a runner and a chaser, and then it swaps. Oh, wow. I feel like in the meantime, if this is a twin flame situation, like you just need to move on and focus on you, right? Which is going to take a lot of courage and strength, all those sort of things, right? Know that it's not that you're not enough. This situation, it looks to me like a twin flame situation, because generally, but there's somebody here, because this came out on an angle, to me that is saying somebody here needs to do, whoever the Queen of Fire, and it doesn't mean female, right? The sex, body parts is irrelevant, right? Somebody here is somebody who's more of the social butterfly, the person with good intuition, you know, maybe they still need to do some work on them because they don't have self-confidence, which is this person that feels like they're not enough. That's this person. And that's why it came out on a side, because it's like they might be, or they might come across like they're very confident. They might come across like they have courage and they're independent and they're determined, but at the same time, they also don't really know who they are, and they also need some self-confidence so that they can be the best version of them, and they can, because like attracts like, this person needs to work on to be the best of them, and then they come back together. So I feel like at the moment, just work on you, right? So if you're the person that feels like you're not enough, work on you. If you're the other person, then you need to do whatever work on you feel like you need to do. Because obviously there was a reason that you two separated. All right, tell me about the Three of Keys, please. Why is that here for Sag? Three of Keys. Three of Pentacles. Why is that here? These cards are really not wanting to tell me much. Let me get a different deck. We'll go with this one. Tell me about the Three of Three of Pentacles, please, for Sag. Why is that here? Three of Pentacles, please. I feel like it's because I've already told you everything, really. I think that's the feeling that I'm getting. The Moon has come out on an angle, and the Fool's come out on an angle. Knight of Pentacles is in reverse. And it's funny because under here a minute ago, I did see the Moon. It's like, do you want to take a leap, or does, if this is you that this person is going to chase, it's like, do you want to take a leap of faith with this person? You might feel like this is a very uncertain situation. Is there going to be a new beginning with you guys? Yeah. I feel like you need to have the faith, but at the same time, trust your intuition. And yeah, in the meantime, as I said, just maybe enjoy girl time or mate time with your mates or whatever. Yeah, you're feeling like you're at a standstill. You're feeling like nothing's progressing. But as I said to you, have you done the work on you? Like, if you're the person that feels like you don't have enough, and it's funny, Three of Pentacles came out in reverse. Three of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. That one's upright, this one's in reverse. You need to be okay being on your own. Be okay with your own, you know, enjoy watching TV on your own, or read a book on your own, or just be okay going out and doing things on your own. Like, stop, if you're I feel like there's codependency here. And I feel like once you work on this self-confidence, Page of Cups, 10 of Cups, like, things are going to start happening. Someone's manifesting. After walking away, it's like someone is manifesting with the Magician, the main manifesting card. Someone's manifesting a return, and happiness with you, or you with them. But this work needs to happen, right? You need to come back as each other's the best versions of each other, so you can then be a couple. Can you tell me about the Five of Wands, please? One more. Five of Wands, please. Sag. Okay, that pretty much explains it. Like, there needed to be something done, because the way you were going, it was just like arguments, conflict. It was never going to work, right? And if you're twin flames, there needs to be work done for both of you, for you to come back together. But something needed to happen, and that was a Tower moment where you both ended up separating. Tell me about the Eight of Wands in reverse. Oops, way too many. Eight of Wands in reverse, please. The Sag. Seven of Cups and the Chariot. Seven of Cups, eh? I don't know if somebody thought that somebody had too many choices, or commitment issues. They're like, you know, reaching out to other people. Like, as I said, I felt like there's a third party. And this doesn't have to be like love interest. This could be like addictions. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be work, it could be whatever, right? But somebody did feel like they weren't a priority here. Maybe it was somebody had kids, or they put someone else, friends and family first. I feel like there can be success with the Chariot, but I do feel like it's going to take determination, action, making this change to get victory. Two of Wands is on the bottom. In a conflict, impatience, like I want this person back now, I want this person back now. But like the reality is you felt like you were doing it all, like I said, burnt out, overwhelmed, feeling like this is a burden, feeling like you were doing everything and this person was doing nothing in the relationship. There was no equal give and take. Now, is that a relationship you want to go back to? Because I feel like that's where it's saying you need to go and do the work on yourself separately so you can then come back together as better people to be with a better person. There was a lot of instability. There was a lot of self-healing that needed to be done with the Temperance underneath that. Temperance, Emperor, and Death, all in reverse, was under that. So, yeah, you need to go and do this healing. As much as you didn't want to be apart, as much as, there could have been somebody here that was all about excessive control, not being flexible, not, as I said, you might have said, like, I feel a certain way. They went, well, too freaking bad. Like, I'm not giving up my friends. I'm not giving up time with my family. I'm not giving up time with my kids. I'm whatever, right? Can you see what I'm saying? It was like this person didn't want to make any changes and prioritize you. So it could be you, could be them, take as resonates. But it's like the time now is for you to do work and for them to do work on themselves. All right, let's move on. Sorry, that was probably a really long read. What are we up to? 57. Shit. All right, so 57, 54. Taurus. Okay, let's do Taurus. Which one do I feel read? I want to read this one. Taurus for September. I swear I'm hot and my body is like goose bumping this whole time. All right, let's go Taurus. What do you need to know for September? Oh, you've got a few. Infatuation, hurting. Crying, depressed, pain and sorrow. Infatuation, which is about denial, obsession and attraction. Okay, so toxic people. Oh, God. Okay. You are at a point where rock bottom as well. You're feeling like somebody hurt you, right? But the reality is this is like a toxic person. But somebody hurt you. You feel like you hit rock bottom. At the same time, you're infatuated with this person. Now, is that because you feel like they don't want you? And that's why you're feeling that way? I feel like sometimes when people don't want us, we're like, what the hell? Why don't you want me? Why don't you love me? Oh my God, why don't you love me? And then it's like, you're obsessed with them because you're like, well, what the hell? I want you to love me. Why don't you love me? And this person could have chose addictions, or they could be hanging around the wrong people, or listening to advice from bad advice from somebody. And then it leaves you feeling like rock bottom, feeling like your life's falling apart. Some of you maybe ended up in jail because you did something stupid. So yeah. But yet it's left you feeling infatuated with this person. All right, tell me 3 cards, please, for Taurus. 3 cards for Taurus, please. September. Ace of Cups has come out. 2 more. 1 more. Six of Cups is in reverse, yeah, which is no surprise. Cups are about emotions, so, and relationships, and this is like exactly what this is about. Come on, 1 more. Oh my god, that's way too many. Just want 1 more, please. Ooh, what's the cards flying on the floor? Okay, let me get them. Okay, King of Swords is in reverse, and the Fool is in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so you're bottling up your feelings, you're not expressing how you feel. As I said, maybe this person doesn't want to, hear from you. Maybe they're not in communication with you, but it's like whatever this is, you're stuck in the past, which is exactly what I said. Infatuation, you're stuck in the past, you're resisting the change. It's like you're very naive when it comes to this person. You could be bottling up your feelings, or they're just blocked. I don't know. I feel like you're bottling them up. But this person was somebody that was manipulating. They misused their authority. Somebody you couldn't trust. With the King of Swords in reverse, this is somebody who was probably cruel, didn't speak to you very nicely, was manipulating, controlling, yeah, a liar, not a good person. So yeah, I feel like with the Fool in reverse, you're very naive when it comes to this person. Like, you're wondering if it's like you're happy taking a risk with this person, and it's like, why? When they haven't been treating you right, why would you? But we all go through this. So tell me about which one do I want to do? Let me do the King of Swords first. Tell me about the King of Swords. Star in reverse. You did not trust your intuition when it came to this person. Knight of Swords. Well, the Devil was in reverse. You didn't see. And even if you did see, you didn't want to make any kind of decision based on that information. You've got the Knight of Swords as well. I feel like I want to say that's you, though. Like, I feel like this person might have rushed in, but I do feel like, no, it could even be them. They were just, whoever this was, it was like somebody was like, we're going to succeed. I feel like that could be you. You could have rushed into this situation. You rushed in and you're like thinking, this is going to work out. you know, you're all about truth and justice, but I feel like they weren't. Yeah, with the star in reverse as well, like you just, I feel like this situation's left you with a lack of faith, but also despair. Um, you don't trust yourself. And I feel like that's how they wanted you to feel. I don't feel like I feel like even this person could have come in and pretended that they were like a Knight of Swords. Um, they could have pretended they were very ambitious and very goal oriented and, you know, all about truth and justice. And yeah, they weren't. They were very manipulating. Tell me about the Ace of Cups in reverse. Or Sag. Oh, sorry, Taurus. Oh my God, I said Sag. Five of Cups, the Sun. Six of Swords is on the bottom. Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups, Five of Cups. Four of Cups is in reverse. Five of Cups and the Sun. And then you got Six of Swords on the bottom. So, yeah, this probably caused you to either withdraw or retreat from this situation, maybe within yourself. It's made you hesitant to open your heart because you had emotional pain. Really, this is disappointment, sadness, frustration, feeling abandoned, feeling unloved, grief, you know, whatever this was. But it's telling me that you're going to be fine, right? With the Sun card, it's telling me you will be fine. I just feel like though you really are resisting the change. You really didn't want this to end. Even though it's toxic as shit, you were like, I don't want this to end. I'm quite happy putting up with this toxic situation, even though you're not, you know, you're being manipulated and whatever. You're okay. Go figure. And you've got the Six of Cups here. Tell me about the Six of Cups. It's in reverse. Yeah, like this broke your heart. You were resisting the change. Look, Eight of Cups, had to walk away. But Ten of Swords is in the bottom in reverse, resisting the inevitable end. Resisting. As I said, you keep resisting, but it broke your heart. You trusted your intuition at one point. And I feel like my gut's screaming at me like, you need to leave, this is toxic, or I'm not happy, whatever this is, right? Your soul's like screaming at you like, no, I need to leave this, but I don't want to give it up because I don't want to be alone or whatever. All in reverse. Yeah, I just feel like, oops, shit, way too many. Yeah, like in the end, this is a toxic situation. But they had charm. They charmed you into thinking. And you weren't even happy. You were bored. You feel like they were selfish and petty and angry and yeah. I just feel like you weren't even happy in this situation. So, but you know, when people leave us or we feel like hurt, we're like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I want them back. I just, I feel like focus on your work. Focus on just keeping busy. And you've got the Justice. Truth coming out. legal action, justice will be served, like karma. There's going to be, like, this person is going to see you happy, and that will probably be their karma. I feel like this person, if that's not you hitting rock bottom, since you two broke up, this person could be hitting rock bottom and could have ended up in jail or had legal issues. Their life's falling apart. In the end, not your problem, because you're going to be fine and they're going to see that. As I said, their life's gone to shit because of how they treated you. Karma. Yours is going to be fine. So I would not be too concerned, because I think that you're going to be fine and this person is going to really feel it when they see that you're doing so well. All right, let's go. Virgo. What is it? 01 10. We'll say 53. Okay, what deck do I want to do? This one my eyes are going to. Oh, I need to do energy clear. That's a lot of cards right there. All right, let's go Virgo. Okay, Virgo. I think I accidentally bought 2 decks, so this is 2 decks of cards. Because I thought, well, I might as well use them. But yeah, it's a lot of cards. All right, Virgo for September. One more shuffle. Okay, tell me about Virgo for emotional intelligence, love story, once upon a time. Ooh. You've got falling apart, falling into pieces, pregnancy test, in their feels. Oh, in their feels. Is that a condom? What the hell? Okay, I'm not getting a good feel. Okay, Virgo. I feel like you want this, we're going to be together till we're old. You know, complete, like, love. Oh my God, my body's goosebumping. I feel like this whole love story about, you know, like you're wanting this picture perfect movie type love where you end up, you know, 90 years old and still together, holding hands, walking down the street, being all supportive of each other, happily ever after. But I feel like you're now, or will be, if you're not trying to get pregnant and you don't want to be pregnant, like, where, like, I don't feel like leave the condom up to them, right? I feel like get some other method, because I feel like you're going to end up pregnant. Whoever this might be very specific for someone. I see you taking a condom out. Are you putting it on, first of all? Like, are you making sure they put it on? Or are you pulling it out and going, we don't need that? I'm telling you, you're going to end up pregnant. And I'm telling you, if this is you, if this situation suits you, you're going to feel like your life is falling apart and it's falling into pieces. And look at the picture. It's like a doll, which has to do with children. I don't know why I said it like that. Which also might make you have trouble financially because of this. Now, I don't know if this person will hang around, but you're going to feel like your life is falling into pieces. Okay, can you tell me more, please? don't want to hear it. Someone, it's in reverse, don't want to hear it. Oh, I don't even think you want to be pregnant. I don't think they don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. It wasn't like an intentional, they just don't want to, laziness is what I get, laziness. It's like, I don't want to use a condom. Or, yeah, okay, I'll pretend to put it on and I'm not going to. Caught, getting evidence. Oh, cheating. It could just be caught, as in, maybe you find evidence that this person said they'll put the condom on and didn't even open the wrapper after the fact. Or anger management, sex shop, caught again. Like, yeah, okay. Like, I feel like there's definitely feeling like disloyal, feeling like yeah, I just feel like someone doing wrong. This wasn't like accidentally got pregnant. This is like somebody intentionally doing this is what I'm getting. Oh, wow. So, yeah, if you don't want children or if you feel like that will ruin your life, then please don't. Please be careful. Use some other protection. Don't leave it up to the other person. Or if you go to pull it out of your bag and then decide not to, make sure they put it on. 2 more, please. Self-care. Yep. Dependence. Don't rely on anyone else is what I'm hearing. I feel like this comes back to you needing to protect you. I feel like this is going to be so specific. But whoever needs to hear this needs to hear it. Yeah, deception. Ill intent. 1 more, please. I don't think this person's going to hang around is what I'm getting. Oh, smugness. Oh, really? 9 of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. Magician in reverse. 9 of Cups in reverse. This Empress is in reverse, which is what I said. Financial strife. What did I say? Lack of self-reliance. This person... Oh, I'll put that here. This person is doing this with ill intent. They're deceptive. Maybe they put the illusion that they've put this condom on or whatever, right? They're not. Or, oh yeah, I've got a condom, I'll shove it on. No, they won't. Don't rely on anyone else don't depend on anyone else. If you don't want to end up pregnant with financial issues, and it might even cause fertility issues as well, or maybe there's that, oh no, I don't need something because I have fertility issues, or whatever this is. If you don't want children, like whether you think you can't have kids or whatever, I don't care whether they say, oh no, I can't have children. I don't give a shit, right? Wear something. Be on the pill if you're the chick, whatever, right? Oh my God, I just am hearing, yeah, don't depend on anyone. Tell me about the Queen of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups, look at that. And if you don't want to be a mum, then don't rely on anyone. It answers my question. Self-trust. Not relying on anybody else. Tell me about the Magician in reverse. Oop. Where did that card go? Hierophant and the Magician in reverse. And funny enough, not funny, haha, but funny enough, you've got the Magician in reverse and the Magician in reverse clarifying the Magician in reverse. So, I mean, this is telling you exactly what I just said, like doubly confirming. There's, with the Hierophant in reverse as well, just feel like you and this person don't have the same values. You don't have the same, what's the other word that I'm trying to think of? You don't think the same way. You just are very different people. Values, you don't have the same expectations. You don't, as I said, somebody here feels like this is like love story material. Like, yeah, this needs to end with the Death card. This person, I feel like they could be a player. They could just be out for sex. They're not even about. Oh, and they're so smug about it. Oh, my body is goosebumping. Tell me about this Nine of Cups. Like, this is not going to fulfill your wishes, that's for sure. If you don't want to end up pregnant, rely on yourself. Get something sorted. Go and see a doctor. That's all I've got to say. This read, I don't even know why I'm getting other cards. It's because you feel like this is going to be like you're going to be alone. This person's going to leave if you don't do what they want, because you feel like this is the love of your life. I'm telling you right now, this is not the love of your life. This person has many options. I'm telling you. Tower. Then this needs to end. There needs to be a change. I just feel sick. I feel sick for you. Like, I feel like I actually legitimately want to go vomit. Like, this person is not giving a freaking shit whether they get you pregnant, whether they end up, because they're not going to hang around. They don't care. They got what they wanted. And even if you are wondering if you're thinking, oh no, I'm the only person, because this person's the love of my life, it's a love story, you're going to find out. With the Court card coming out twice, you're going to find out. This person is an ass. You're all in your fields with this person and they're not. Let's just say that. That's all I've got to say about that, Virgo. All right, let's move on because I feel sick. Oh, that goes over there. Okay. Capricorn 01 23 45. All right. I need to clear the energy after that, that's for sure. All right, let's go. Oops. Capricorn. For September 2025, Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn, please, for September. Does Capricorn need to know? Return. Ooh, somebody might want to come back for a second chance, making amends. They miss the good times. Tell me more. Perspective and elusive. Okay, I felt good for a second. Not feeling good now. What is it with people? I swear to God. It's like, I'm going to have a rant. I feel like in the, I don't know, olden days, people would get together, they would make it work, they would stay together, they would, you know, do the right thing by each other. Now, it just feels like people are just out to look after themselves and not give a flying crap about the other person. Somebody wants a second chance. They want to make amends with you, right? Because they are chasing the thrills, because they thought you were a good time. Maybe they enjoyed the time they had with you. Maybe you had good sex. I don't know. But the perspective is you are better off without this person. You are happy without this person. You have a clear headspace without this person. This person is going to come in and be like, I want to be with you. I want to just be with you. I want to try again. Intimacy, like I said. Lusting after you, like I said. And you know what? This situation made you feel drained, made you feel depleted. They could be spying on you. They think you're beautiful. Now, I don't know whether, I will have to ask, and I shouldn't have judged. I don't know if this person, it says elusive, dishonesty, deception, trickery, it's in reverse. Now, is that over? Are they like a changed person? Can you tell me something more? You're not trusting your intuition when it comes to this person. Or maybe you didn't trust them in the past. Has this person changed? You'll need to judge that. Past life, you've got deja vu, repeated patterns, and karmic lessons, and it's in reverse. So, has this person changed? It doesn't really seem like it. Has this person changed? Conflict, clashing differences, incompatibility, illusions, unbalanced, distorted, cloudy judgment is in reverse. Realizations and epiphany and time, cycles as well. So this is just like a cycle that you keep on, like back and forth, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up. And there's like ghosting, and then... All right, we're going to have to get some more tarot. We're going to have to get tarot in general, I mean. Now, I think this one I did change already. I need to burn some more sage. Just let me pause this while I burn some more sage. Give me a sec. Okay. Let's get some tarot. Okay, tell me about Capricorn, please. Oh, Death card. Did one just turn over? No. Death card is out first. All right. Death card, 10 of Wands, Ace of Cups is in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles is on the bottom. Wise investment. find out. So death card is first. So there was either a death to something, as I said, an ending. And I feel like, you know, that's also about working on yourself. Let's find out. Tell me about why the death's here. Oops. There's a few cards. We talked about perspective, and you've got the Hangman that came out first. Hangman, Strength in reverse. Both of those are in reverse. King of Cups is in reverse. Nine of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. You definitely put an end to something. And I feel like you definitely stalled or were indecisive about resisting letting this go. And it took a lot of inner strength for you to actually put an end to this or to let this go. King of Cups in reverse. I mean, this person's emotionally manipulative, crafty, moody, violent, generally. Not a good person. This person did you wrong. And I feel like you're somebody that is, you know, you're probably working, you're supportive, you're loyal, you're intelligent, you've probably got a good job, you know, you're generous, warm-hearted, you know, you have your shit together. With the Nine of Wands, though, you had to make a stand and put up your boundaries and go, you know what? You're not treating me right. I'm out. And as I said, I feel like in the past, this person could have been dishonest, deceptive, lied, tricked you, whatever, right? And maybe you didn't know. Maybe you didn't trust your intuition when it came to that. And maybe that's what it's saying. You know, has this person changed? That's what you need to figure out. Nine of Swords is on the bottom in reverse. Secrets, deep-seated fears. Like you're unsure if, even if, you know, this person returned, do you want to be with them? You've got a lot of inner fears when it comes to this person, and I feel like, you know, you retreated from this situation. As I said, you're feeling like you're better off. That's the perspective at the moment, is you're feeling like, well, I'm better off without this person. 10 of Wands is here as well. So this was like exhaustion, feeling oppressed, feeling like you're putting in all the hard work. It's a burden. It's a burden to make this work. And it shouldn't feel that way. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords, Four of Swords. Yeah, exhaustion, unsure if you want to do this, feeling like you've got a lot of inner fears, as I said, feeling like you just need to take some time, because going through situations that are toxic make you feel very drained, and I said that in one of my other reads. It comes back to your self-worth, and also I feel like you invest a lot when it comes to this person. Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, you need to you like things to be successful in your life, and you know what you want. But I feel like, you know, as I said, you didn't trust your intuition when it came to this. You didn't see that this person was not treating you right because you want love. But you have very different values and morals and everything from this person. So, but I feel like you're not seeing it because or not trusting your intuition. Even if you do sense it, you're still not. And maybe this makes you feel excited this person wants to come back. But it's still telling me that you're better off without this person. Ace of Cups in reverse. This person, I feel like you could see them as selfish. I see hesitancy here when it comes to this person. As much as it might make you feel excited, you do go, well, I am better off. You feel like you're always in this place of like putting in the hard work and not getting any returns. And you've got Two of Wands in reverse and the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. A lot of inner conflict. You've got personal goals that you want, but you fear the unknown. And as I said, you're putting in all this time and effort. You want it to happen now. You want this now, now, now. But at the same time, part of you is like, I don't know. I feel better off, but am I better off? I, miss this person. I want love. Like, I want the Ace of Cups. But at the same time, I don't know if you can let the past go. Like, yeah, I don't feel like you can just leave the past behind. Whatever happened, I feel like even if it came back to this person and maybe they cheated on you, it's like you see these two people kissing all the time in your, mind's eye. It's like, yeah. I keep getting you're just better off. You're better off. You're better off. And I feel like you know that. Ooh, just feel like my whole body is goosebumping in these reads. Ace of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Yeah, waiting results. You're always in a place of waiting, like I said. Knight of Swords is in reverse. Short attention span. Impulsive. Nine of Swords in reverse. You have a lot of deep-seated fears when it comes to this person. Is this a wise investment with the Ace of Pentacles? Is this going... Bless me. Sorry, couldn't hold that in. Is this going to bring me happiness and pleasure and, is it going to be successful? Four and Five of Cups. Five of Cups is in reverse. Three of Swords. I'm going to say no. This person is not going to bring you... Trust your intuition. This person is going to bring you heartbreak. Also, I do feel like you resisted the change, but were you even happy in this situation? With the Four? Like, you sit there, look at the picture. They look bored as shit. Like, I don't think that, yeah. And I feel like you're okay moving on. You've moved on, and I feel like you know that that's best. You weren't really happy in this situation. You might have resisted the change, but I feel like you weren't really... And maybe you doubt that you made the right decision, but I feel like in the long run, you do know you did. You know that it's a wise investment for you to not, because it's only going to end the same way. It's going to end in heartbreak. And this time you choose to trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You've learnt. Well, I feel like for some of you, you might not have learnt. Or in the past, maybe you didn't learn and you resisted this ending. But I feel like now you're going to trust your intuition, and I feel like you're going to know that this is not a wise decision to go back there. It's a wise investment to just keep working on you, keep moving on. Yeah, that is what I have for that. I'll shuffle them in a minute. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. move on to Libra. All right, which one do I want to read? Actually, I might try the new deck. I haven't tried this one yet. Let's give this one a go for Libra. I've got the book just in case. Okay, tell me about Libra, please. September. Responsibility. Chase. Aftermath. Discovery. Okay, what I'm getting is you didn't really want to face the aftermath of something where I don't know if you took responsibility for whatever happened. Maybe you feel like you did. Maybe you feel like you took responsibility for something and you could have chased it because you regret the aftermath. But at the same time, maybe feeling like it's best. There was an ending with the 19. 9 and 1 is 10. So something came to an end. And it's like, it's helped you grow. Or it needs to help you grow. Something happened here where it's like you needed to take responsibility because it's on you. Yeah, it normally takes two to tango, as they say, but you need to take responsibility for your part. And maybe in the past you chased, or there needs to be an end to that. Because I feel like when you chase with the aftermath in reverse, number 21, 2 and 1 is 3, just like responsibility is number 3, but this is in reverse. So it's like there needs to be an end to something. You need to take responsibility for your part, but at the same time, I don't feel like if you take, like every time you chased, it's like no growth. Like there needed to be that ending for you to then learn and grow and take your part. And I feel like that's all about discovery and independence here. Yeah. I mean, dependence, you needed to have something end so you could find your own independence and depend on you and not be codependent. And number 5 here, I mean, the discovery is that there was conflict, there was loss, there was change, there was whatever situation this is, it's like it was to help you grow, is what I'm getting. It's like learn the lesson. And then you can take, like, you need to take action. And that doesn't mean go chase this person, but it means you need to take action to grow from the situation. Okay. 3 cards for Libra. Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. Oops, too many. Two of Swords is in reverse. And the Emperor is in reverse. And the Eight of Cups is in reverse. So, not wanting to move on, fear of moving on, is on the bottom. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. I feel like this is about you, once again, focusing on you. And I don't mean in a selfish way. I mean, Queen of Pentacles, it's like self-care, being financially independent. So we talked about dependence, and I just feel like this is about you becoming a better you. Financially, whether it's yeah, I feel like that's what needs to happen, but I feel like it hasn't. Like, it's easier to, poor me, I don't want to take responsibility. And I feel like this is telling you need to take responsibility, because it's the only way you're going to grow, and that's the only way you're going to change things and change you and what you're attracting, is by not being I don't want to say the way you're going, it's not going to lead anywhere good. That's what I'm going to, let me clarify that. Why is it so many cards coming out? Let me just get 1 or 2 cards, please. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, upright. 4 of Cups. The Lovers is on the bottom. Like, the people that you're attracting are dependable, warm-hearted, generous, reliable, loyal, supportive. You know, they may have a job, they may be accomplished, they may have kids. I feel like they have their shit together, and yet they're with you, who I feel like does, and you take this, if you're the one that has your shit together and they don't, reverse the roles. But in this, I'm just going to say you, so they have their shit together, and I feel like you don't, is the nicest way to say what I'm trying to say. Yeah, which probably cause you feeling depressed. They might feel depressed. There could be like, somebody here wants long-term security. They want to they want to feel content. They want to feel fulfilled, and that's not what's happening. But at the same time, as much as, you know, you're not in a good place, it's not putting them in a good place either. But at the same time, you're not doing anything to change it, because you're not taking responsibility, you're not stepping up, you're not making, you know, changes, you're not getting your shit together. Yeah. And I feel like whatever lies have been hidden are going to come to light. Tell me about this. 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords for Libra in reverse. Come on. Yeah, Three of Swords. It's never a good thing. Yeah, there were secrets. There was uncertainty. Somebody wasn't trusting their intuition. Um, Five of Cups in reverse. Someone's moved on. They're getting hope again. They're now trusting their intuition. So we've gone from not really knowing what's going on in a situation, but I've decided to move on. I'm going to trust my intuition. And unfortunately, that means heartbreak. And I'm sure I'm sure it caused them heartbreak and you, but there's a lack of, with the world, it's like someone feels like there's no closure or they haven't learned the lesson yet. And I feel like that's more you. I feel like that's, if this reading here is, this is you, I feel like, yeah, you haven't learned the lesson yet. It keeps ending in heartbreak and you're like, poor me. But why is that? It's because you're attracting people that are good people that have their shit together, yet you don't. They then see that and you do wrong by them, or you don't want to make any changes. You're happy. I'm not going to say loser, but I want to say like you're happy just being in a place of depending on other people. Making no changes. I don't need to change because I'm perfect the way I am. Like, there's no responsibility. There's like, you just think it's not me. This is not on me. And then you've got the Emperor in reverse. As I said, stubbornness. Could have father issues. Maybe some of you think that your father wasn't your father, or maybe that they weren't. Or there could be an absent father. Maybe you just weren't taught right. This sounds really harsh. Maybe you feel like you need to control the other people. You're very rigid. Emperor is manipulating too. Seven of Swords. Not a good situation. Not wanting to be alone. Nine of Swords up in your head. Yeah. Dishonesty, deception, wanting to get away with something. Like, you're doing wrong, but it's like, at the same time, then with the Nine of Swords, it's like, maybe some guilt, maybe anxiety, worry, fear, depression, regret. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Self-worth. Maybe no money. Lack of finances. And you don't want to move on, but at the same time, you're not stepping up. Yeah. You need to have some goals that you need to have for yourself, because I just feel like that's not happening. And then someone feels like they're doing everything. It's a burden. Look, exhaustion, overwhelmed, like too hard basket. It's like, well, if you're not going to make a change, then I'm going to move on. But at the same time, you don't want to move on. You're fearful of moving on. You fear the unknown, like I said, with the Two of Wands. You're not wanting to step up and make changes and be who this person wants to be, like wants you to be. I feel like they're moving on, they're good. But I feel like you're, on the other hand, you're like, I don't want to move on. I just, yeah. You feel like, well, this is my person. Like, they'll just do what I want them to do. But that doesn't work that way. Like, you could have, like, had a one-nighter. You could have manipulated them, cheated on them, been a heartbreaker. You came in like Prince Charming, but you weren't. And I feel like they're seeing that. As I said, you came in and showed them one way, and I feel like you showed them a side that wasn't really who you are. It was like an illusion, like, I have money, I have, I'm a good guy, I'm a good girl, whatever. I have my life together, I have my shit together, but you don't. And that's where, even if you chase after these people, they're not going to want to go back. But this is to teach you responsibility, and it's to teach you growth, and you're the only one that can do that. Let me just turn the light on. I feel like you're just accepting that, it's easier to play the victim than to actually take responsibility and make some changes. All right, Gemini, 01, does that say 37? 50, 57. 08. All right, Gemini. All right, which cards? I might do these ones. Okay. Oops, that was a really bad shuffle. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, Gemini. One more shuffle. Okay, tell me about Gemini for September. Transform and rise, magic opportunity, give up control. Okay, so I feel like what I'm getting is you've had to you've definitely had whatever lesson you've had to learn, or you have learnt is, or you need to learn, is to transform and rise. So like the phoenix, you need to work on you, have a new, rise from the ashes. We all go through lessons, and I feel like you are either going to have, or you have had yours, depending on where you are. And I feel like part of that is needing to give up control. I feel like it's easier to, like, what you want. It's like, I want this outcome for my life, but you need to let that go. You need to give up control and just, like, trust. Because I feel like there is going to be an opportunity coming in. Magic opportunity. Embrace the unexpected, seize the chance for transformation. And that's what you've got here. So something is going to help you grow, help you transform, which is pretty much the same as Libra. They had that same kind of message. Can I get another card? What's this for more information? Gemini. Yeah, like whatever you have goal-wise for your life, there's nothing bad about it. Like, you know, you can achieve that. But at the same time, there needs to be this, whoever's living in fantasy land needs to become a bit more realistic. So if, you know, like if you're, I don't know, if you're trying to manifest something that I want to, you know, manifest me winning $1 million, you know, maybe get back to reality and look at realistic goals for your life. Things end for a reason, and things will happen when they're meant to with divine timing. I feel like appreciate and be grateful for where you are and what you've learned so far. But yeah, I feel like now is the time for you to just really, you know, stop trying to control the situation. And I feel like it's more about just transforming, working on you, putting it out there to the universe, and then having faith that whatever it is going to, you know, as long as it's a realistic goal, you know. I don't like those pages that say like this post and you'll win $1 million, or $1 million will appear in your bank account, or whatever. Like, get out of your freaking fantasy land and get back to reality. Something that you can actually achieve, because you have to put in the work, right? And that doesn't mean go buy a lottery ticket and then, okay, I'll put in the work, now let it come to me. No. If you want love, you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to, but also do the work on you. Why did your relationships in the past not work? So you can then become a better you and put it out there. You've got to be out there in the world, living and, you know, being able to be seen. And then when the right time happens, when it's, you know, the right timing, it will happen. But in the meantime, I feel it's about transformation. All right, tell me 3 cards, please. King of Pentacles in reverse. 2 more. Ten of Wands, 1 more. Strength in reverse. You've been, whatever you've been through, I'm going to say is being complete shit. Let me just say. Between the King of Pentacles in reverse, which generally is about a player or somebody that's, you know, not good with money, corrupt, you know, yeah. Then you've got the 10 of Wands, where it's burden, exhaustion. It causes exhaustion and stress, feeling burnt out, feeling like it's always just such a struggle. And to go from that and feeling like you're putting in all the hard work and the other person in the situation is not. So there's no equal give and take. And then with the Strength card in reverse, it's like low self-esteem, no confidence, feeling inadequate, doubting yourself, like not good. All because you're in situations that are treating you like shit. And on the bottom, you've even got the 7 of Swords, which is like deception, betrayal, they want to get away with something, dishonesty, you know, they're cunning, all that kind of thing. So, yeah, not good cards, which is why I feel like you need to now take the time and transform and ascend, because you're putting in the work after dealing with people like this. Okay, so tell me about the King of Pentacles. You walked away from a situation. They were giving to other people, like I said. So probably player energy right there. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. Nine of Wands. King of Cups in reverse. Ugh, manipulating, moody, crafty, violent, not a good person. Nine of Wands. You know, as I said, this is just like, you need to make a stand, and you're like, enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of doing everything. I'm sick and tired of you cheating on me, and, you know, I'm putting up boundaries. I'm leaving. Yeah, heartbreak, but trusting your intuition. And you're moving on with the Five of Cups in reverse right there. Moving on, forgiving yourself. Tell me about the Strength in reverse. Yeah, I feel like this is going to, by you transforming and working on you and taking the time to work on you, I feel like this is going to, this whole experience here is teaching you a lot. Four of Cups. Unfulfilled, bored, depression, discontent, resisting the change. And that's, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, like anxiety, worry, fear, thinking about it all the time. It's going to take a lot of inner strength for you to, and you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to be like, did I do the right thing? Yeah, you freaking did. Yeah, you freaking did. Yeah, now's the time to do self-healing with the Temperance in reverse. Queen of Wands. People are going to find you attractive, but it's also about you taking action and you being a person that will say, I'm doing it and I'm doing it. Very decisive. And you know this person is doing wrong with the Seven of Swords. And even if you don't have proof and evidence, like, your intuition is telling you. You're exhausted and you really need to just take time for you, even though you may not want to be alone. Doesn't mean you have to be alone, but I feel like just not looking to date, not being with this person, just focus on you and your healing. Feeling like you've got no direction. I feel like the direction is focus on you. Five of Swords. And then as I'm looking at the clock, 555. Oh, 555 on the clock right now. And we've got the Five of Swords. 5555. Yeah. I just feel like this person may want to come back and, you know, make amends, but yeah, cut your losses is what I'm getting. There's too many obstacles here. And I feel like, as I said, this person wasn't doing right by you. They weren't doing the right thing. You did the right thing by walking away. And I feel like now you can work on you, transform, ascend, and you will find someone if that is what you want. But yeah, totally get out of this fantasy land of this person's going to change, or, you know, and stop trying to control it and think this person, I can make them change, they'll change for me, blah, blah, blah. No, they won't. Just work on your transformation. All right, that is what I have for you, Gemini. Now, Aquarius. What is that? 0209. 51. All right. Which deck do I want? Let's go shadow work. Oh my God. It's hard to get them out with my nails. All right. Aquarius. One more shuffle. Okay, Aquarius. Crushed. You are hurting emotionally right now. You need to take time to heal before you jump in again. So somebody hurt you. Defensive, self-sabotage. It's made you, definitely has made you defensive. I feel like, though, this seems to be a common thing with you guys, with Libra and Gemini, is that whatever you're going through, you've gone through it so you can grow. Like, reflect back, accept that it's happened, accept maybe your part in it, because there's always, you know, it takes two to tango, right? As much as you might try to blame the other person, maybe you really need to look at it honestly and openly and go, okay, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have been more supportive. Maybe I should have been more complimentary to my partner. Maybe I should have whatever, right? But immediately I just feel like somebody, even me just saying that, somebody would get very defensive, like, no, it's not my fault that they cheated on me or they did whatever. Even now I just feel like I feel that anger, like, no, it's all on them. This is not on me. I did nothing wrong. And I feel like you are a strong person, and I feel like, you know, you are resilient. You've got to stop the negative self-talk. And I mean, and even I feel like even just making comments at them, like, you did this. This is all on you. If you hadn't have done that, you know, like, you've really just shut your feelings off. You don't want to deal with this. It's like easier to not deal with the fact that this person crushed you. This person, you know, hurt you. But at the same time, you don't want to move on. It's not like, I feel like you didn't leave this person. There's nothing that's like, it's not like you're separate from this person. Yeah. So you've hung around there, or you feel like you didn't get closure. But yeah, I just feel like whatever this was, it's like you don't have inner peace here when it comes to this situation. Can I get 3 cards, please? 2 more. Yeah, it's caused you a lot of anxiety. And, you know, expecting the worst is also going to create, it's like self-fulfilling prophecies. Sleepless nights, you know. You just don't see how this is going to be successful. You got the 9 of swords. Yeah, 9 of swords. You've got the King of Swords. Swords are about truth, communication. You've got the Sun in reverse, and then you've got this Seven of Wands. All right, let me just shuffle these quite well, because I just use them. Now, you, as I said, you expect the worst when it comes to this person, but you also, the worry and your feelings just get more and more, but you're pushing them down, but you're not actually expressing them or healing them in any way. It causes a lot of like, yeah, maybe you don't sleep well, or I think that's about. Like, you feel like you're a good person, and it's like, why did they do this to me? Why did I not know or trust my intuition? This person could also be somebody that maybe they are the one that work and get the finances, and you know, you feel like, well, how am I going to survive without them? Because they pay all the bills, they, you know. So it's like wanting to end it, but at the same time, and that causes you a lot of like fear and anxiety. You're like, well, this person did me wrong, like a snake, but at the same time, they're the ones that is bringing in the money, and I can't survive without it. So it causes a lot of like stress for you. You've got the King of Swords. Seven of Wands in reverse. Star in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You really, I feel like you really need to I want to say you really need to communicate clearly how you're feeling, like how this has made you feel. You might have said something, but I feel like you never really expressed or never really got good enough answers for you. And it's like you've kind of shut your heart off. And you feel like giving up. You feel like you're overwhelmed. You feel exhausted. You don't know how you're going to get past this. There's a lack of hope. There's a lack of faith. There's a disconnection between you both as well. And it's like, well, why did I not know? But I feel like your intuition was probably trying to tell you something. That comes back to that defensive, which is standing out like dog's balls to me. It's like you're super defensive, like this is not on me. You really need to focus on your self-worth. Like, you went through a period as well where it's like, well, what's wrong with me? Why did they do that? Why was I not good enough? I also feel like, as I said, there's that lack of money, you don't have the finances to move on. And this doesn't make you feel good. So you're probably suffering from depression. You probably get sick a lot. You probably, you pushing down everything internally is not good for you in any kind of health way. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah. And the High Priestess. That keeps coming out. Like, it comes back to you trusting your intuition. And Ten of Swords, like, you really resisted this ending. You need to choose your battles wisely, but I do feel like with the Seven of Wands, like, you really need to be brave. You really need to be able to stand up for yourself and say what you need to say. Eight of Wands and the Devil. Communication. I feel like somebody listened to the little devil in their ear. Like, they knew it was wrong, but they were listening to that. I do feel like some of you might have moved away. In the end, you're the only person that can control you, and you can't control anyone else. So there is such a thing as self-control. There is, you know, having the wisdom to know what's right and wrong. And I feel like this person just didn't listen to that. They made a very quick decision to do what they wanted to do, regardless of the consequences. But that's where you need to stand up for you. It's all about their ego. I feel like you need to forgive yourself. Like, why didn't I know? Why wasn't I good enough? There's nothing wrong with you. This is on them. This is a them issue, not a you issue. This is a, they need to accept responsibility for what they did, but you also need to express how you feel and maybe take responsibility for whatever part you played in this, but don't get so defensive. And even when you're trying to have a conversation with this person, I feel like you need to not get so defensive, because it's never going to end well if you get defensive. You need to have a conversation and really, like, maybe even get some therapy, explore why you feel the way you feel, rather than pushing it down. But you definitely need to take time to heal again, which is exactly what it's saying. Because I feel like you get defensive, you then self-sabotage, you then, even if you met someone new, it would go the same way. Because you've been hurt and you can't trust. So you need to really explore these feelings, which you haven't done yet. You haven't done the healing. All right. Scorpio. 02, 23, 59. All right, Scorpio. Let's clear the energy. All right, this deck. Now the new deck. Okay, Scorpio. What is going on for Scorpio in September? So that one's already turned. Hold on. Scorpio. Okay. Somebody, oh, this is not good. So, somebody's playing the victim here. They were caught out doing something, or some secrets were exposed, or they were busted doing something. And then they get, oh, like shocked and surprised when, they are caught. But they were doing something wrong. Let's be real. They may even have an STD from this. Just saying. And I feel like, you want this love that lasts, but I feel like they were not. They were just immature. You want the love that lasts. You want the peaceful vibes. You don't want the drama. You want to just have a calm mind, because I feel like this situation caused a lot of anxiety. You might be looking for a job. Maybe be aware of like spending. I also get this could also be on them. They also could be living beyond their means, debt ridden, broke. And I feel like at the moment there's an energy of like ghosting or no communication. And I feel like this went on and on. Like you gave this person multiple chances to be better. And in the end, you made the decision. It was just like, you're so sick and tired of the same crap. You're sick and tired of being hurt. It's like you feel like it's like a push and pull situation. You're always having to tell them what they're doing is wrong and that you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to work together as a team. I feel like this person is having some fun thinking about you. Ugh. You need to heal your heart from this person who I feel like was sneaking around doing, oh, let's Netflix and chill, let's watch some. They're spending time with someone and lying about it. So they'll probably like, I'm at work, and they're not. Wow, you've got twin flames, soul contract, divine timing, 1111, growing together, shared journey, lessons learned, soul bond. But yet somebody self-sabotages and they cause like an inferno in their life. They might just pop up at like your work, your house, somewhere. And I feel like, either you're dating someone new, or they are dating someone new. They may even come clean to you once they do some inner work. They might say that they're infatuated with you and they want to get back together. They want a fresh chance, second chance, fresh start. But at the same time, I see them as very stubborn, selfish. For some of you, I feel like you've got all the free will that you want, but I do feel like for some of you, you're like, no, this person, I can't trust them. And I feel like now they're feeling like they've got egg on their face. And if they haven't, they will. It's like it was all about them, and they didn't think they'd get caught, and they did. But they're somebody who, they're always busy, they have other options, they have a wandering eye, they'll keep you waiting. Yeah, I don't know what this soul bond, soul contract, twin flames card is. So I will have to ask about that. Oh, my body's goosebumping. All right, let's get some cards. Okay, Scorpio, 3 cards. Ooh. Now that one kind of, I think it did come out in reverse. Kind of flung at me, so it's hard to know. Page of Wands in reverse, 5 of Wands in reverse. One more card, please. The Empress in reverse. 7 of Swords is on the bottom, yeah. No surprise. Alright. I feel like you fought a lot, you guys. Like, there was always some reason that this person, whatever they were doing, as I said, it's like you had to try to control what they did to make them better, but they just weren't. Yeah, they were very controlling, very... They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. 7 of Swords, they knew what they were doing. Page of Wands, tell me about that. Let's have a look. So, conflict, 9 of Swords, like anxiety, overactive mind, depression. Ooh, way too many. Okay, 1 card, please. Page of Wands in reverse, Scorpio. Yeah, this person just was emotionally manipulative, and they were like crafty. 10 of Swords is in reverse on the bottom. Resisting inevitable end here, but I feel like you wanted truths from this person, and I don't feel like that's what they were doing. I feel like they were giving you the complete opposite. And in the end, you had to make a stand and say, like, I gave you enough chances. All you're doing is causing me anxiety. So, you know, you obviously have other distractions. This is a missed opportunity for you. Yeah, get player energy for sure. And I feel like you just withdrew from a situation that wasn't good. 5 of Wands in reverse is like you trying to avoid conflict, walking on eggshells, kind of like trying to, yeah. 9 of Cups in reverse. This was never going to lead to your wishes coming true. It was a lot of dissatisfaction. It was a lot of... This person indulged in quite a lot that maybe they shouldn't have. they came in Prince Charming, like, you know, saying I'm gonna give you the world kind of situation. Probably love bombing and all those things. Ten of Wands in reverse, like this. It just felt like you felt like you were doing everything. And this person, there was no give and take. This person just took and then treated you like crap, did wrong by you, and took no accountability for it. They were all talk, no action. And there was a death, there was an ending to this situation. Tell me why the Empress is in reverse here. Why is the Empress in reverse here? Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Lovers. I feel like you were so busy giving to them and they were so busy giving to other people. But you have forgiven yourself, and I feel like, you know, you will meet someone, but I feel like there's, at the moment, you're just doing your own healing. I feel like as well, is there infertility? Is there infertility here? There was dishonesty here as well. And no accountability taken. So you might have kids with this person because the infertility didn't come back with that. I mean, if there is infertility, send the Empress out again. Nope. So that's not the issue. I feel like it's just more now being more dependent on yourself. Maybe you lost a baby with this person. Oh, underneath that is the Empress in reverse. But it didn't come out when I asked it to. Okay, if there is infertility, send the card, the Empress, out. High Priestess. So there's been silence, there was secrets, but no. Maybe this person was, no. I feel like it was just about the stalling and the stalling, letting this person go. I feel like you tolerated a lot. Yeah. Tell me about the Seven of Swords in reverse. Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords clarifies Seven of Swords. Yeah, this person was definitely doing wrong. And I feel like there's still stuff that maybe you don't know. They might come clean, but it's not guaranteed. And I feel like you're learning. You definitely went through a learning period here. I want to get... I just want to get another card. Tell me more about this Empress. Where's the Empress here? Okay. You feel like you had to sacrifice a lot, and it caused you to like suffer in silence when it came to this person. As I said, there may have been a pregnancy, but you had to sacrifice that, which caused you to suffer. But look, you've got the Emperor, and you've also got spiritual union. So you've got the Empress, the Emperor. I feel like, though, at the moment, I mean, this could have been karmic, but I also feel like this could have been a situation where someone still needs to do work on themselves. For it to come back together. Interesting. I mean, this person has a lot of, can you trust them again? There's that. I do want to ask, actually. Actually, let me get the oracle. Can this person, or has this person done any work to like change and be a good person? Mind games, toxic love, addictions, patterns, manipulation, dysfunction, gaslighting you, testing you, analysing you, emotionally unavailable. I said emotionally unavailable before, I'm sure. Reconciliation, and it came out in reverse. Putting in the work, and it's in reverse. Better communication is not happening. There's no communication. Getting back together, no. Equal give and take. Spirit's got you. Oh God, somebody's going to come in and say, I'm really committed this time. I'm loyal. No games. In it for the long. Spirit's got you though. This person is reminiscing, missing you, feeling lonely, using substances to cope. They like the attention. Spirit got you. Tell me about Spirit got you. They're going to send you signs, and that they are protecting you, and you are being guided. So it could be why you haven't heard from this person. Yeah, I feel like they're still the same. They're still sneaky. They're still hiding something. Letting go, toxic environment. Yeah, there's no good cards that come out about this person. So this could have just been a karmic to teach you things, lessons you needed to learn. All right. 02, 44, 48. Cancer. What deck am I going going to use, just reach around here. I'll deal with that after. All right. Okay, Cancer for September 2025. What does Cancer need to know? Kissing ass. Oh, someone going to buy you flowers to make up for whatever they've done. Child services is in reverse. Crying over you. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Bad habits. Oh god, drugs, addictions. Okay. So if child services haven't been called, maybe someone should, if there is children involved. Someone's definitely thinking about everything. Okay, so it looks like someone's crying over you. They want to make it up to you, but yet they're doing bad shit. They have bad habits. They're coping with drugs, addictions, alcohol, sex, whatever. But they are a wolf in sheep's clothing, so run as fast as you can is all I've got to say. All right, a couple of cards, please. 3 cards. Cancer. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. I keep hearing run fast. 9 of Wands. The World. So you put up your boundaries and something came to an end, a completion. You learnt the lesson. One more. King of Cups. 5 of Wands. Okay. Disagreements, conflict, tension, egos, competition, rivalry. Yeah. All I see is a lot of fighting. And a lot of bad shit. And then, so you had to put your boundaries up. Tell me about the 9 of Wands. 9 of Cups in reverse, 7 of Swords. Yeah, they were doing something they shouldn't have been doing. And they knew better. And they were never going to bring you your wishes, but you felt very dissatisfied here. Yeah, look, 4 of Cups. Bored, discontent, depressed. Wasn't making you feel good being in this situation. Because I feel like you knew what they were doing, even if you pretended you didn't. Tell me about the World. Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Lovers. Yeah, giving to other people. I feel like you know what you want, but you had to learn the lesson that, you know, giving to other people is not okay. I feel like you probably had to support this person, give money to them. Yeah, it was one-sided. Heartbreak is on the bottom. 3 of Swords. Tell me why the King of Cups is here. You tolerated a lot with this person. King of Cups is normally a Scorpio, but it can be Pisces and Cancer as well. This person doesn't have their shit together, and I feel like you were always waiting for things to get better, waiting for them to step up, them to get a job, get some money, you know, stop the shit they're doing. And you stayed there because you're codependent. Tell me that 5 of Wands. So I feel like you know what they're doing as much as, yeah, 2 of Swords. It's like a lot of sword energy here. It's like you knew the situation. I think you turned a blind eye to it. I feel like they might have started out in a wolf in sheep's clothing. I feel like you probably ended up seeing it. It's a huge lesson for you. An inner strength for you to actually make a decision and have a new beginning, fresh start. And I feel like that's not with this person. This is just, this whole situation is conflict, you hoping they're going to be better and they're not. They're doing shit that you wouldn't like, and I feel like it's now needing to be left in the past. They might come back and want to kiss ass with you, and I'm like, I'm so upset about this, but yet I'm still being this person. So still doing drugs, still doing whatever, still being a sheep in wolf's clothing. Like, don't let this person trick you into thinking they're anything other than. Right, let's move on. Pisces. Last of all Pisces. Is that 52? It is 52, 33. All right, let's go. Look at this deck over here. Pisces. Oh, I didn't do cleansing. Wait a minute. Cleansing the energy. Pisces. Okay, Pisces, let's go. What's going on with you for September? Okay, Pisces. Communication. Oh, so someone's going to want to catch up, have a coffee. Don't know if someone's open to dating or whether this is like not interested in meeting anyone new. Not wanting to get back out there. But it's like, I don't know if this person's like just as a friend. Tell me more. Oh no. Okay. Okay, this is somebody from the past. This is somebody who is maybe not communicating at the moment. And you're rebuilding after this person. Them messaging you triggers, oh, I've got hiccups now. we've got a lot of energy that's coming from me right now. I don't feel like you're sleeping all that great. And if you are, then when this happens, you won't be. Because you're all up in your head about it. They want to maybe catch up. Let's have a coffee. I think we need to chat. They all of a sudden want to communicate. Are you dating anyone new? And you're like, no, I'm not dating anyone new. They did. They thought the grass was greener. And they're going to come in and be all like lighthearted and I'm a changed person. I want to, heal with you. Heal. I want to, get back with you. The grass wasn't greener. What are you going to do when they come back and want to talk? Expectations is in reverse. I don't feel like you want the same things. But I also think that, I don't think you think that this will actually eventuate. You don't see this coming. Yeah, you're not chasing. I feel like they don't want you mingling with anyone else. So they want their cake and want to eat it too, from what I'm getting. They thought the grass was greener, so they left you for, someone else. It didn't work out. I feel like you might be open to hearing them out. Yeah, this person's a narcissist. They're after control. They are selfish. It's all about them. Oh, God. How's this going to end? Yeah. This person's self-absorbed. They're love bombing. It's a one-sided relationship, which means you're going to be putting in all the effort. You can rewrite your story. They're not going to give you any kind of truth. And then you're going to end up, even if you give them another chance, you're going to end up feeling like you're not enough. There's going to be fear, ego issues, jealousy, lack of confidence. This person left you for someone else. They thought the grass was greener, or a situation they thought was that. You can't fix them. You think you can, but you can't. But at the same time, you're not willing to say, you don't love yourself enough to say no. Yeah, you're going to end up with lack of trust, security, survival, control, fear of safety. There's no stability, no security, no permanence, no growth, no flexibility, no endurance. You need to find people that have the same core values as you, focus on your self-worth, and find somebody that's the real deal, but you don't seem to want to end this. Oh, man. All right, we need some tarot. Let me just get rid of a whole heap of these cards because we don't really need them out. But yeah, this person from the past, it doesn't sound like you should be going anywhere near them. That's what I think. Doesn't sound like a good situation. All right. shuffle. Okay, Pisces, 3 cards, please. Now, just because I do say that you might hear them out and go back there, that's entirely up to you. You have free will. And I mean, for most of you, I hope that you don't, because they thought the grass was greener. But yeah, for some of you, you might go back there. Now, Wheel of Fortune, you probably are finding that there's opportunities, there's good luck, good karma that's happening for you since this person was out of your life. You're getting good karma. This person did wrong by you. Tell me, clarify that, please. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. The Hermit in reverse and the 6 of Wands in reverse. You felt neglected by this person. It was all about their ego. There was no success. You ended up being alone. You didn't want to be. You don't want to be alone. You want love in your life. And there is going to be some sort of communication coming in, which is what I said. Ooh. I feel like when you're with people that are toxic or not good for you, though, it's only going to end with bad luck. You know, bad things are going to start happening. Chaos, misfortune, you know, like all these problems will come because it follows those people. Tell me about the 10 of Wands. I feel like this came to an ending. I mean, and you felt like you put in all this hard work, and I feel like they put in nothing. Page of Wands, Tower, 6 of Swords in reverse, Strength in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, learn from whatever hasn't worked. There was no progress made for this person to do better, be better. They thought they wouldn't get caught. They thought the grass was greener. It's taken a lot of inner strength for you to leave. With the 6 of Swords in reverse, I don't feel like you really wanted to and you were resisting the change, but maybe you feel like there's unfinished business here. Like, we were together for however long and, you know, possibly married, whatever. But I feel like you need to be a free spirit. You need to realize that you have limitless potential in whatever you want. Something definitely happened here with the Tower. Like, it was just like some huge surprise to you. Like, I don't feel like you saw that coming. There's disappointment. There's been a lack of forgiveness here when it comes to this person as well, with the 6 of Cups in reverse. But you probably need to forgive. I don't mean forgive them and get back with them. I just mean forgive whatever happened, just so you can let it go. You're not holding on to it, you know what I mean? Tell me about the 8 of Wands. The Devil. And the 5 of Cups. Emotional pain. Broken marriage. Self-pity. Feeling abandoned. You went through that. And you were with somebody who listened to that temptation and, you know, was doing things that you don't agree with, you wouldn't like. You know, they could have addictions. Unfortunately, you can only control you, and you have the wisdom now. You know what the situation is. You know what this person's done. And I feel like this happened very quickly as well. There were like quick decisions made here. So when this person decided the grass was greener over on the left, then they made a decision to move to the left very quickly. Relationship, marriage, whatever, over. Tell me about the Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here? Ace of Cups. Four of Wands. Nine of Wands. Oh, Four of Wands in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I don't feel like this person really was that good a person anyway. I feel like they were somebody that was a know-it-all. They were all talk, no action. There was no communication, and hopefully there's been no communication here. Yeah, you just felt like you found this really hard. You definitely struggled, but you're a strong person, and you're resilient. You've got on with your life. You haven't yet really like left the past behind as such. This wasn't even a happy home. Like, there was no joy and, yeah. But, if this person came back, would you want to go back there? I don't know. You might. And then with Ace of Cups, you might. You're going to be very indecisive. This person is a player and also bad with money. Oh, King of Cups. They're also manipulating. Emotionally manipulative, violent, crafty, moody. Like, they're just not a good person. They're never going to bring you the life that you want. You're going to feel very dissatisfied. And they will end up breaking your heart. So, yeah, Seven of Swords. Like, this person they're still going to be playing games. I feel like they'll cheat on you again. Third party, yeah, they'll cheat on you again. It will just go the same way because they just think they won't get caught. Let me get an outcome. Can I get an outcome, please, for Pisces? What is the outcome if they go back with this person? When they come in and they want to offer you whatever it is, you really need to take time to think before you act. I feel like you might make a quick decision because you're focused on, well, this is my family back together. So what will happen if you do? What will happen if you do? Disappointment, faithlessness, insecurity, disbelief. The Star is in reverse. At first, you're going to be very excited, but at the same time, you know, there is always going to be those trust issues and shattered dreams, broken family, arguments, and disputes. As I said, it's going to end the same way. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be the same. It's going to be, they're going to promise one thing, but it's going to be the same shit, different day. And then you're going to feel like you're stuck. You're bored. And it's like you go back there, then you're going to feel like you're stuck. And then you're going to feel like there's no way out. You know, even though you're out now, I think stay out. Yeah. Anyway, that is what I have. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and follow the other channels, that whichever one you're watching it on, please follow the other one. And I'll catch you my next read. Okay, bye.